They were set to go. Opening bounce, 3 umpires tonight. Back to just the 3. Smith wins it down, taken by Parker. He hooks it towards half forward. Mackey on the way down. Enright in real trouble here. A couple of revolutions. Either one of two can take the free, and fittingly, he pulls rank as Kieran Jackie's got the free. Forward end of the square, looks inside the 50, sets it towards the pocket. Franklin comes hard. Well, in front, Kolajasny stood his ground. Selwood applies a tackle. Hewitt in trouble. Kolajasny, good tackle.
Love to see that from Buddy Franklin. Attack on the ball. Geelong players getting back into the space. He did exactly what he needed to do. Compete hard, bring the ball to ground.
So Jack again, don't tell me a goal coming up. I think it is. Yep, he has. 200th game. And have a look at the reaction. We know the week that he's had, Kieran Jack. Jude Bolton talked about the character of the guy pre-match. Well, he pulled rank a moment ago and took the free kick, and, well, a remarkable start. A remarkable start. I mean, it's an emotional night, isn't it?
It certainly is. You're right, Bruce. He's had a huge week. So much has been played out publicly that he certainly would have preferred to have stayed private. But he's doing there what he loves doing best, and that is just playing footy in his 200th game. He's a wonderful footballer, a wonderful leader, and you can see by that reaction there, a wonderful teammate to all his players.
In the words of Steely Dan, go back, Jack, and do it again. He did that. He's kicked a few goals in his time. Selwood goes after it. Jack, a man possessed at the moment. Dangerfield. Blitzarg's in trouble. Parker's got him. Fell at his feet. Naismith. Pull roll between his legs. Dangerfield flicks it wide. Lang on the way down. Smith gives a hand pass to Mackey. Selwood. Rowan got him. Jarred the ball out. Aye, says the umpire. Whoa. Even Selwood's a bit surprised.
Alia's got the match up on Mitch Clark, and Heath Grundy has gone to Tom Hawkins.
Thanks, Jude. So Taylor from Selwood. Yeah, I think Joel was surprised. I thought it was going to be against him. Kolajasny's handball not good. Selwood, Cat's a bit sloppy early. Jack's been so important. Franklin going hard with Lonergan. Well played by Franklin. Parker again. Enright, terrific. No free kick for the Cats. They were a bit stiff. Franklin wraps up Enright. Ball up. Just a quick one on the black armbands for Sydney. Billy Williams was a great player. 3-time best at Ferris. Just after the war, he's in their team of the century. Has passed away, Billy Williams. That's the reason for the black armbands for the Swans tonight.
Dangerfield, hurriedly. Mills over the football, taken high. No, apparently not. McCarthy came in strongly. Ball runs down towards the forward end of the square here. Aaliyah gives it off. In trouble, Rampy. Guthrie got him. McVeigh. Aaliyah once more. Downwind Smith. Hanbury fends off. Naismith gives it to Kennedy. It's a really hot potato in there. Mills is over the football, rolls out the back. Naismith did okay. Gave it to a teammate there in McVeigh. It's going to be down the ground. It will be taken by Papley.
So Sydney attack again. Papley quickly. Franklin well placed. He ragdolled Lonergan. Whipped around him and took the mark.
He did. He certainly got rid of Tom Lonergan early then, Buddy Franklin, and in the end took an uncontested mark. Let's have a look at that one to see if that was head high. Lincoln McCarthy choosing to bump, and probably pretty lucky that he didn't get him in the head. Otherwise, that one would be looked at. Buddy turning that one into a mark. Sydney have started well.
He's kicked 49 goals against the Cats, a lot of them for Hawthorn in famous matches. Make it a half century. Big start. Well, they've turned on. I mean, they are so sharp early in Sydney. And there is nothing better, I would have thought, than coming to a hostile environment and getting the first couple of goals. It does take the wind out of the sails of the home team, doesn't it? That's what Sydney have been able to do so far tonight. Long way to go, but this is the perfect start when you're playing away from home.
He's really fired up, Buddy, isn't he? So too Kieran Jack.
Beautiful kick for goal from the Sydney champ. He's pumped. The Swans are pumped. Gee, they've started well. Their pressure's up. Geelong, 11 disposals, 9 handballs. That's just because of Sydney's pressure.
Sydney, 2 inside 50s, 2 goals. Duncan under pressure, stripped of the football. Parker, Mitchell, Towers find some clear air. Again, they come forward, right on the 50 this time, knocked away by Taylor. Standing in front, Bartell. He was mowing down. Lloyd. Franklin again, weaving. Towers. It's touched off the boot inside the forward 50. Richards went to ground a little too easily. Dangerfield. Duncan. Now Cockatoo. Sends it forward. Motlop. Forward of half back. Poor kick. Aaliyah gets across. Controlled it pretty well down low. Parker. Jones had to stretch. Duncan's got him. Slow release. Mitchell stood up. Spills across towards Mackey. Mackey the high ball, and the Cats are out here. Clark. Well, little rusty. Goes after the football. Lays it off. Dangerfield nowhere to go. That was a bad hand pass. Ran him into trouble. And we'll get a throw in.
Aaliyah's been impressive early, hasn't he? One grabbing.
Read it well too off the boot.
Yep.
Quicker than Mitch Clark.
So Jack and Franklin, the goal scorers. Smith wins the tap. They're winning the clearance of Sydney. Kennedy, Hanna-Bree and Parker, and Mitchell. Therefore, kicks to centre wing. No mark by Kolajazzi. Did the right thing. Trying to crash through. There is Lloyd. He can't get out though. Cats nearly get out. Lang's little kick. Is that deliberate? I think it is.
I'm not sure he meant that one to go straight to the boundary when you've got a couple of blokes hanging off you and all you're trying to do is get the boot on ball. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I saw it that way. I think the umpire's got it right anyway. Parker.
Right on the wing, Parker. They're feeding the man at the moment. Franklin comes out wide. Towers. He's at left half forward.
Coming out, thank you. 50 metres, Patrick, inside the protected area.
Against Dangerfield. Oh, what a bad start by the Cats. What a great start by Sydney.
Yeah, he just encroached on the man on the mark there from the side, and it's just evident at ground level how much Sydney are out hunting them. It's 14-9 and contested possession early on.
They're fanatical at the moment. Towers has had some interesting moments this season, all things considered. Should kick this. And he does. The dream start for Sydney. They lead by 18 points, 3 straight goals, and they're running the Cats ragged at the moment. The home team on the ropes.
So, Lingy, when do you start to think of plan B if you're Chris Scott? I mean, do you go into a little bit of damage control for 5 minutes, or they haven't been able to get the ball forward to the centre, have they?
No, that's it. And you want to back in the way your team plays, but gee, it's not working. Sydney are just doing it better at the moment. Here's the 50-metre penalty. Patrick Dangerfield just not taking, I'm assuming, the most direct route out of the protected zone. Chris Scott certainly didn't like that one. Sydney started brilliantly well. They're winning the ball. They're using it well. Geelong just haven't gone forward at all.
It's in trouble, Sinclair.
On the ball, Geelong, dragged in.
Good call. So Selwood to get Geelong about as deep as they've been all night. Aaliyah getting back. Big fly from Hawkins. No mark taken. Ball not quite out. Hanna-Bree doing the hunting. Motlop gets him down. And a ball up.
So Ted Richards tonight playing forward. Lockie Henderson's got that matchup on him, so he's not down back, as Jude said before. Aaliyah's got the job on Mitch Clark, while Grundy's on Hawkins.
Blackside did well to Lang. Hurried kick. Floats closer to goal. Mills controlled the bounce very well. Kicks towards the outer side. Knocked down by Henderson. Ruggles. Out wide. This is Bartell. Searching kick from behind McCarthy. Held in front, though, by his teammate. That mark has been taken. I think it's Cockatoo, is it? It is.
It is Nakia Cockatoo. Dennis, you're right. So I didn't think he got the first grab on this one. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a fair piece of it to Aaliyah. Aaliyah there. He's conned him well, though, the umpire. As he's gone down and taken the chest mark, he's made it look as though he had the first go at it. So a lucky one for Cockatoo.
Quite a contrast in the hands. There goes the kick from Cockatoo, and he puts it through. They needed that one. Well, no doubting the defender touched it first. He just slowed it down for Cockatoo, but he's an enterprising forward. He'll be handy in this game. Last week they lacked a little dash and composure on their forward line. Plenty of instruction coming from
Here it is again. Alir getting the first piece of that. But Cockatoo doing the right thing, staying in the game, and claimed it beautifully. And the umpire fell for it. Geelong, much needed goal, that one. They've got to settle now, get back to the way they play.
G. Parker was good there. Sinclair, it was his free kick against him to put the Swans in trouble a moment ago. That's a good tackle though on Guthrie. Well done by Mitchell, getting out to Rose. Rose to fall forward. Taylor had to search. Taylor's little give. Danger. Rowan so quickly over the top. And Teddy misses.
All clear.
Wasn't easy, just trying to get his bearings. Such an important night really for Richards in many ways, isn't it? To get through the night. I know he's played a couple of games in the NEFL, but a lot of conjecture about where he's at, Teddy.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get any more knocks. You don't like to see players getting head knocks at all, but certainly repeat ones, not good.
Not a bad kick in, intended to Duncan. Towers got there quickly though, did well. Now Lane gets a free kick for a high tackle. Darcy Lang short, very short. Mackey's got it. Just looking to take a little sting out of this game at the moment. Harry Taylor has it now, told to play on. Lonigan, this defence has just about seen everything, but amongst them they make a mistake. Knocked away by Richards, it goes out of bounds. So much for their coolness under pressure. Right now tested at every level.
And it was brilliant by Sydney there, Dennis. Right across the ground they had all Geelong options covered. And as soon as those Geelong defenders looked up and wanted to find a free target, there was zero.
Clark won the tap, did well. Duncan's handball, didn't get very far. Sinclair. Towers as well. Hanbury flicks the handball out to a dangerous territory. Mills got a high tackle, no free kick. Kick to full forward is a good one. It's a goal. It's a goal. I think it might be his first too ever. It is. Well, it was a floaty kick, wasn't it? I mean, off the boot, you thought it would get to a contest about 5 metres out, but it eluded Harry Taylor and floated through. Hanbury so important in the crunch. I mean, that flick handball, it got to a dangerous position, didn't it?
Yep.
He's been incredible early. We shouldn't be surprised, though, should we?
He goes okay.
He goes okay.
Here we go.
So strong by Dan Hanbury. Arms free in the tackle, not just accepting the tackle. Broken tackle there. Callum Mills through Andrew Mackey. Looked for all money like Harry Taylor was going to get a hand on that, but got through for a goal. Another big moment for Sydney, and here they go again.
Kennedy got it from Mitchell, kicks it down towards half forward. Rowan knocked away by Taylor towards the boundary, but it stays in. That came off below the knee, I reckon. Mackey's making the case. Boundary umpire won't have it, but did he touch it? Hard to say. Mills.
I reckon if he did, he would have been shouting very loudly.
Jack. That ball's across the boundary line as well. Just touching on Mills, doing the number 14 proud. Bobby and Paul. Famous number. Before that, Cockatoo getting a goal in number 5. Not bad either.
Absolutely. G. Ablett Senior and Bobby Stewart and Paul Kelly. I mean, some of the absolute greatest. Jack goes back. Grundy goes back. Lloyd ripped off it.
On the man, Sydney.
Polly Farmer was okay in the number 5 as well.
Yes. In fact, Andrew Mackey goes past Billy Goggin tonight on the all-time list. He rode a little to Polly over the years, did Billy, didn't he? A predecessor of yours as captain of the club. Bartel, the fly. Blixarves. Back to Enright. Enright building the ball back. Hanbury couldn't quite take the mark. Able to get a half a handball away. Menzel was very, very good. Lonigan looking back. Dangerfield stood up strongly with the hips. McCartney, that's a terrific handball. And then gets it back from Menzel. And then wants the boundary line. Doesn't quite get it. Now Rampy to set up. Swings it. Mills a little slow, but gets the kick away. There's a heap of Swans. Franklin was lurking at the back. Important ball. Good tackle there by McCarthy. Getting him down. Hanbury. Ball up.
Straight up.
Gee, they were on Sydney there because Franklin was off the back, wasn't he?
Hot ball tonight, and Sydney are the ones providing the most heat. But well done by Lincoln McCarthy, the young cat there. Nailed an important tackle, otherwise the Swans were out.
Here's Mackey, got it from Duncan, close to the boundary line. Runs away and goes out of bounds. I'm sure the people at home, when Tom Lonigan had the footy moments ago, said kick it when he hand passed back, but he saw the same thing that the kick eventually did. It went to Rampy. That was what he was going to do, so he held on to it. But just not making opportunities up forward for the men bringing it out at the moment. Half the battle. Here's Jack, who started brilliantly from left half back. What a height on this one. Reaching over the top. It's slapped towards the boundary by Rowan. Good enough. They get a stoppage.
We spoke about those clearances earlier. It's 9-5 Sydney's way, but certainly they've just got the pace in the front half as well. With Papley, they've had Towers at different stages, and obviously Rowan as well, Sydney.
Yeah, Rowan's pace obviously a factor. She well read by Kennedy, and then feigned a handball. Neat kick to Franklin, almost within range, you reckon. He's got a wide open goal square. If he went back, he's uncertain, he's going to spread it very, very wide to Grundy. Grundy with time to deliver the full forward. Not a great position, I would have thought. No hands in the back, apparently. Rose, strong tackle by Kolajasny. Good hands by Dangerfield out the back, and well done again by Towers, or Hewitt it might have been that time. And Sydney continue to press.
Well, they're just turning their clearances into really good attacking moves, the Swans at the moment. Josh Kennedy, brilliant off this stoppage at half-back for the Swans, and then the ball just flowed from there. They are moving the ball really well.
Lexarm, strong mark, plays on immediately. Henderson, Dangerfield, triangulation of fire around him. Still he won it. Got it to Selwood, over the top to Duncan. Knew where the help was. Cockatoo in trouble. Stripped of the football. Papley on his way down. Grundy, this is Jones. Kicks it up wide towards the wing. Runs on. In front Rose. Trying to push him off the line, Lonigan. Ball behind them. Mackie, the opportunist. Now Bartell slips away. Lack of talking from behind. Eventually, Dangerfield got it from Lonigan. Breaks the tackle. Kicks it up towards the wing. Some indecision as to who would go. Lurking behind, eventually Smith tidies up. Back to the wing. Awkward bouncing footy. Dangerfield getting plenty of it. Was pushed in the back.
Geelong.
He's building Dangerfield, isn't he?
He is building, but he's had a lot of handballs. 6 handballs out of his 8 disposals. That's a better kick through the middle of the ground. Open up the fat side of the ground.
So Kolajasny opens it up even more. And then Henderson wide. Neat looking kick, but oh, that's a good mark.
Go through. Go through. On that mark.
Towers.
Hey, Tom.
Tennis talked about the interesting year he's had one night at the MCG, but a good start here. Sloppy handball by Rampy. Franklin under pressure. That should have been pinged, I reckon. Cockatoo. That's pinged. That's holding the ball. Advantage given. Sydney away slowly. Oh, they're gone. Oh, that's inexcusable by Mitchell, really.
How good's that, though, both ways?
So Menzel
Sums up the night perfectly. The pressure is high. Sydney have handled it better to this point, but both teams are just throwing their bodies in, tackling, harassing. This would be a big goal to lift his team, Daniel Menzel. With a tackle like that, a chase down tackle, if he can back it up with a goal, really gets his team going.
He's had 9-14 from set shots so far this year. He's hit that very, very well. Probably being hard on Tom Mitchell here, but I reckon when you take advantage, you've got to take advantage, and he's not quick, and he took far too many strides. I reckon you know in AFL footy that within a couple of seconds you're going to be tackled, no matter where you are and who you are, and no advantage taken in the end. A big turnover.
There's big tackles everywhere at the moment. And then what a chase by Dan Menzel. With the heat of tonight's game, Tom Mitchell needed to know that somebody was coming there.
Just watching Towers, I don't think he said a word. He was 5 metres away. Dangerfield wins another hard ball. Smith out of the middle, kicks it down towards half forward. Clark could have been taken high in that pack. Grabbed by Hawkins. Rampy tries to snatch it away. Spills to Mills. In goes Lang. He's dragged down. Crab want a free kick. Hand pass comes out wide. Unintended. Bartella half chance. This ball in the goal square. Smith is tackled. Taken down by Blixards. In goes Mitchell. Ball rolls away. Flicked out only as far as Hanbury. Grundy out of the congestion. McCarthy. Kolajasny runs to the ball first though. Kicks it down towards full forward. Hewitt gives it to Mills. Touched off the boot. Now Rampy.
Just good kick by Mills under pressure. Rampy on the wrong side for him. Rowan made a wonderful effort there against Taylor. And the boundary thrown. How good was that a moment ago in the goal square for Geelong?
Oh, good footy between two good teams. Oh, good atmosphere too. The ground's rocking tonight.
Absolutely. Duncan. Selwood. Still in. Duncan's little give. Dangerfield brilliantly to Selwood. Selwood banging the ball forward. Mark taken by Clark. So Geelong starting to win little 50-50s. Duncan running hard. Free kick. Hawkins.
Holding. It was early. It was early. That is so bad. Straight back. Time back on.
Well done by Heath Grundy. Oh, gee, I reckon he
2 metres to your left.
had a fair argument there. I think he's just beat him for strength.
Right the mark. I'll give him his
Maybe
16.
a little bit early. Ball's probably too far away. That's probably what's
15
hurt
gone,
Heath Grundy there. But there was no holding. And if you beat someone for strength in a marking contest, usually you get away with that. Only thing I can think of is how far that ball was away.
Such a good view of the Hawkins shot here. So the Cats close the gap.
Just get the feeling that Sydney haven't got value for effort.
And if you think about how Geelong got their goals, Cockatoo, well, maybe a questionable mark, goal. Mitchell strolling out of the fence, goal. Hawkins, maybe a 50-50 free kick, goal. It hurts, doesn't it, in the end? It's a
good game of footy, this one.
It's been terrific.
Shades of Port last night.
Tom about to become a father, is he?
He is, yes. Just announced during the week, him and his now wife, Emma, expecting their first child. So congratulations to Tom and Emma. That just moved out to a nice farm just outside of Geelong as well. So we're getting back in touch with their country roots, both brought up on a farm.
Naismith taps it down. Dangerfield. Getting very busy now. Putting his stamp on the game. Plays on wide of the mark. Jack gets after him, but not in time. Ball inside the forward 50. Launching himself with Smith. Falls behind a Hawkins. He's dragged down, but not before he got a hand pass away. Smith overran the football. Rose at close quarters. Ricochets off Naismith. Went and got it again. Smith hurriedly out of the defensive 50. Dangerfield once more. Slaps it across towards Enright. Gets it back. A couple of metres in from the boundary. Sends it down towards full forward. Mills missed it in front. Aaliyah played it okay. Lloyd comes away.
Long kick by Lloyd. They're under siege, Sydney, in front of the scoreboard, but Geelong really hammering it. And Dangerfield is symbolic of what's happened in the last 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's starting to get in control at ground level. 12 disposals now, Dangerfield, and he's using his hands early, but now he's penetrating with that kicking.
He's so aggressive with his attack on the foot. He's got the power and the speed to break away, but he's just got that aggressive mindset. If the ball's there, he wants to make it his.
Jack's been good. Clever little kick, well done by Henderson. Towers getting forward, Mitchell. Richards held up. No, play on. So Teddy maybe a little lucky. Murdoch working it towards the line.
Just to highlight how much pressure Sydney have been able to put Geelong under with their kick-to-handball ratio. This is what Paddy Dangerfield does. Just even his teammates have got to get out of the way there, just going straight through. 28 kicks, 42 handballs for the Cats at the moment. So that's why we're highlighting the pressure from both sides so much. Sydney are just really forcing them to overuse by hand at the moment. But they've weathered it a little bit and starting to turn it in to some good forward movement.
Great tackle by Kieran Jack there. On Selwood. Stopped him dead. Naismith, tall man, knocks it down. Smith across to Selwood. Gains about 15 metres. Tried to mug him. McVeigh comes away. Motlop ill-fated. Mark taken by Rowan. top end of the square. Sydney on the attack then. Rowan, a pacey customer with a long kick. He sends it out wide, well weighted. Finds Rose. Now Rose is about 45 metres out. He'll kick from right on the Greek numbers, apparently. Just sets it up actually towards the pocket for Hanbury to take a shot.
Well worked by Rose. Just let Hanbury get that shot a bit closer to goal. Slightly more of an angle, but closer again. Probably was going to test James Rose from that far out. Dan Hanbury, such a skilled player. It's a tough pocket to kick a goal from here, though, especially with the construction site behind him.
24 votes in the Brownlow last season. This one, not his best kick, though. Wide left, out of bounds on the full as we count down to quarter time. Always a sign it's been good footy. It's been a quick quarter.
Absolutely. So much to look at and think about. So the Cats running it out. And Dangerfield yet again. So the numbers continue to grow. Franklin. And that one probably coming off Hawkins, but
he's called a throwing, Lance. Straight back to him.
So Franklin probably seeing what we thought we saw too. Did this come off? I thought it did. Probably. So Swans started brilliantly. Geelong attacking hard and working their way very much back into the match. Ball not
in the back, Geelong.
Oh, Dangerfield.
This is something now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, there, Lance. Come back on.
I mean, it was all Hanbury, Jack, a bit of Kennedy and Parker early, and it's become all Dangerfield since. So just trying to set it up. Grundy gets to the front spot on Hawkins. Parker, Aaliyah. Very impressive. We talked about him, just his third game. Ruggles broke the tackle well. Dangerfield again. Guthrie. Clever enough. Jack got into Dangerfield's back. Blitzars, Ruggles, strong hips, gets a kick away, might come off. Mark not quite taking there. Murdoch's the left footer, decides to go wide. Good fly early from the front, but not coming for Selwood. And Lloyd to bang it away. Is it going to come back? Not quite.
Richards in front. From behind Taylor, Richards did well in a tight situation. Picked up by Naismith. Gave it to Lloyd. Towers taken down. Belatedly kicks it, but not in time. So Dangerfield up to 15 possessions. That was one of the few passages of play he's not figured in. Here's Motlop, short. Guess who? Dangerfield, 16 now to half forward. Interesting half volley there, made it awkward for McCarthy. Tries to flick it across to Motlop. Aaliyah did well. Jack, Franklin. Now the run comes from Sydney. Hanbury, vacant up ahead. Apart from Henderson. He was the last man in the chain for the Cats. Plays it okay. Pushes towards the wing. Wrong foot's Franklin. He's been a good player. The longer the season's gone, the better he's played, Henderson. Kicks inside the forward 50. Aaliyah takes the mark. Very impressive.
Outstanding grab by Aaliyah to read the ball in the air, the flight of the ball, but then to back himself and take the mark. Only in game number 3 of AFL footy. That is a terrific sign for him.
Smith to Parker. Was a dangerous kick to Jones. In dispute with Enright. And a ball up. Terrific opening turn.
I think players from both teams have got to adjust to something at quarter time, and that is there is not even the normal amount of time to dispose of the ball. Tonight it is just hotter than ever. If you think you're going to have 2 seconds, you're probably going to have 1 second.
So Selwood, Dangerfield again, getting it very, very long. Rampy was good. On the right side for him, clever kick finds Mills, who kicked his first goal in AFL tonight. Just missed one game. Well, you always used to talk about finals footy, Lingy, that would go up that notch. You feel like it's gone up that notch tonight, don't you?
Yep.
In terms of time with the ball. Nottingham probably should have marked it. Dangerfield, no, not quite that time. Ball slips at the back. Hewitt, Hanbury, big numbers for him as well. Towers has been caught once already tonight. Lucky not to go a second time. Back to Hewitt, back to Mills. Touched off the boot.
Heard the umpire. Lonergan did well. Down to Dangerfield, approaching 20. Mackie on the wing around the corner. Brilliant kick onto the chest of Ruggles.
That is 18 possessions for Patrick Dangerfield in the first quarter.
I don't think I've seen a better individual performance. Not only has he got the possessions, he's dragged his team back into this game. Rampy's over the football now, between his legs. Guthrie chops it off, though, taken by Selwood, not to be outdone. Brilliant kick. Enright has marked directly in front and should kick a goal. And if he does, there'll be 2 points the difference. They're irresistible now. It's hard to recognise Geelong from the team that started this game.
Well said, Dan. The tale, not the tale of two halves, the tale of two half of the quarter, if that makes any sense at all. It was all Sydney. They were brilliant in that first half of this first quarter, but Geelong, on the back of Paddy Dangerfield, have dragged themselves back into this game.
That was plight of the man on the siren. He waited. Enright misses right, playing his 100th game on this ground. Geelong have done well. It was all Sydney, but the Cats have come storming back. Patrick Dangerfield just one out of the box. Quarter time, Friday night football. The margin is 7 points.